What should we write at top?
There you got two angle measure.
Very good.
That's probably good.
We got into this a little bit yesterday, did we not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Bless you. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
What we do, and here's another thing we didn't talk about yesterday. How could I name this angle? I'd name it angle 1, wouldn't I?
Yes.
Now, when we talk about the measure of an angle, okay, here's how we write. You don't say angle 1 equals a certain amount. Come on.
Yes.
Start paying attention. What I do is I put an M in front of that for measure of angle 1 equal to, well, let's see what it is equal to. $43 degrees. You don't say angle 1 equals. You put the what in front of it. Okay? Angle. When you say angle 1, you're just talking about the angle. That's what the little M in front means. Okay? Since the measure of angle 1 is less than 90 degrees, this is a what type of angle?
Cute.
You guys have heard this. This is an acute angle. Call this angle 2. What is the measure of angle 2?
90.
Now, yes, I tried to draw it like that, but you can't say it's 90 degrees until you measure it or it's given to you. It may be 89.5 degrees. Would everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, because just because it looks like it doesn't mean it is. It looks like it measures to 90 degrees. Okay? So since the measure of angle 2 is equal to 90, it is called a
Right. Angle.
right angle. Now, another thing, do you guys know what they put on right angles lots of times in pictures?
That's square.
They put a little, kind of finish a square out of it. Okay? Angle 3. Let's measure it. What do you guys think? 138?
Yeah.
Okay, see, here's the 40, and it looks like it's 2 less than that, so we'll go 138 degrees. I know it's tough to see up there. So since the measure of angle 3 is greater than 90 degrees, this is called a what type of angle?
Obtuse.
And that's something you all have heard before, isn't it?
Yes.
Any questions on that?
No, sir.
Okay. everybody write down the other? I'm just kidding. Is everybody okay to go up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, angle we're gonna talk about angle ABC. And I'm gonna say that the measure of angle ABC is equal to 60 degrees. Now, I'm gonna draw a ray right through this thing. What does it look like my ray does?
Split it
Bisects
apart.
it.
And where
It splits it apart into two, doesn't it?
Mhm.
But you can't always go by it looks. In fact, now that I look at it from a distance, you can't always go by how it looks. Now that I look at it from a distance, I didn't quite draw it how I wanted to. But I'm still going to make this statement. Ray BD bisects angle ABC. Does anybody know what the word bisects means?
to cut apart.
Not just to cut apart, but to
I mean,
cut
half.
in
Half, exact half.
half. Very good. So, my question to you guys is, what is the measure of angle ABD equal to, and what is the measure of angle DBC equal to?
30 and 30
No.
degrees.
Could be right. What do you think? Bisects means to what? So what am I wanting to know the measures of? This angle right here and this angle right here. The measure of the entire angle is what?
60, so we can.
60 degrees. What did I say this ray does?
Cuts in half. Bisects.
So what's left for each of these to be?
30.
There's only one way to split up 60 evenly. 30 degrees and what?
30 degrees.
I want you to also notice this. When I have a big angle and an angle in between it, what do these two angles add to? The two smaller parts add up to the what?
Whole thing. The bigger part. I guess. The whole thing.
So with that in mind, I'm going to draw two more angles. I want to ask you a simple question. You're going to need to call some information from yesterday back to yourselves here. What is the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equal to?
180.
Why is that?
Because
it
it's
doesn't
a
stop.
straight line.
Straight line, what did we say yesterday?
If it has a straight line.
If there's a straight line, this is the one thing you can look at a picture and tell. You know that's what?
180.
180 degrees. So the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 has to be what? Pretty easy concept, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's pull out our worksheet.
Okay.
Time to go, guys. Back to
first let's, you're gonna use a protractor to find the measure of each angle. First angle is JHI. That one's pretty easy. And then you're gonna classify it. And I did have enough protractors to go around. Since everyone decides to take them and not return them, I may not. Okay, I've got the center on there, and then I've got lined up with the other mark right here. So what does it go to? What would you say that measure that one is?
40 degrees.
40 degrees, right? KHI. So that's K to H to I, right? So I set it up on the same place, except instead of where the J is, I'm worried about here where the K is. What does it look like that goes to?
85.
90.
No, it's not 90, because 90 would be right
Oh.
here, I think. Like I said, this isn't the, maybe so.
Yeah, it goes to 90.
Yeah, those go to 90. Now, see, it didn't look like it was going between the 9 and the 0, but now it does. So that's 90 degrees. So I could put that right there to let me know that's 90 degrees. So the first one's 40 degrees, second one's 90 degrees. Right now, can you tell me what KHJ is?
No. 50.
Does anybody know why it's 50 degrees?
Because 40 plus 50 equals 90.
Because 40 plus 50 equals 90, right? Not too bad, huh? And for classifying these, number 1 is what? Acute. Number 2 is what? Okay? Now, how am I going to draw an angle here on number 11? Wants me to draw a 32-degree angle. Okay, basically you've got to make a bunch of points here, don't you? Well, remember, if you have 2 points, can you use a straight edge to find that line? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pin down. I made a point there, right? I'm going to keep it still, and I'm going to go over to where that mark is, make another point there. Now all I know is I got to go up to 31, 2, and make another dot there. Do I have 3 dots able to make it now?
Yes, sir.
You guys see how I did that? As long as you can remember where, which, order you're going in on your dots, that's pretty easy, isn't it? 178 is going to be kind of tough here for number 2. But I can do it. So can you. Main thing is get it set. Dot there, dot there. Now, 178 is going to be 2 up from there, isn't it? It's about right there. So it's going to look almost like a straight line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think you guys can do that?
Yeah.